Page 59, exercise 2.4. A very famous melody by J.S. Bach. Not a lot to point out here. We've already talked about all these symbols and things. This is in the key of G major. You'll notice in the key signature there's one sharp. That means all the F's in the piece, no matter where they are automatically going to be played F sharp, unless they have a natural sign in front of them, and there are no natural signs in this, so all the F's are going to be F sharp automatically. This is a good time then to go do my scale video on G major scale. Learn it. And that's really about all I have to say here, believe it or not, because we've already talked about all this other stuff. The interval thing, it's for the next video. We'll save that for later. Rhythm wise, this is in 3/4 time, and you just got a bunch of eighth notes you got to deal with. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and you can use their fingering is fine. I could suggest other fingerings. I'm not going to bother, but just know the hand's going to move around a little bit. Now, since I don't have anything to talk about here, believe it or not, I want to explain again why I'm saying off. When you count, the beginning of each measure is always beat 1. And there's always another beat coming. So it's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, in this case, a 3/4 time. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, okay. Well, when you get to the end of the piece, there is no beat coming. There is no next beat. There's no next measure. It's 1, 2, 3, and then what do? Well, I say off to represent that beat that doesn't exist. It means everything's off at that point. The reason is because people will not hold it out the full length of the note, and that's important. For instance, in the last measure here in the right hand, that dotted half note, that should be held 3 counts. And people will do this. They'll go 1, 2, 3, and they'll come up on 3 and think, I held it for 3, and no, you held it for 2, because 2 ends when 3 starts. So to hold it for 3, you got to hold it all the way through 3 until the next beat starts. There is no next beat. So I say off. So it's 1, 2, 3, off. And that represents the non-existent next beat, and that's when you lift it off. That's why I say off on these, because we do want to hold them out the correct length of time. Don't cut them short. So let's try this. You go ahead and learn it, and when you're ready, play it with me one hand at a time if you have to. I'll give us 3 counts. The right hand's here to start. Left hand's here to start. 1 and ready and go. And 1 and 2 and 3 and 1, 2 and 3 and 2. Off.